Hey everybody, it's Cindy Bishop with Cindy Bishop Worldwide. I don't even know what I'm saying. And would like to introduce you today to Jolene Moore, your presenter today for List Reports. By the way, this is a very exciting class. You're smart, you guys, that you're in this. What a great tool. For those of you that don't already know Jolene, she's the Vice President and Senior Home Loan Consultant with Main Street Home Loans, in addition to her very high top rated mortgage lending specialist platform that she is in because she's so popular and successful. Jolene is a valued trainer for us, not only business building, but financing topics. And of course, this is business building because this is going to help you with your business. So pretty much anyone that has been in a Jolene class already knows how valuable she is, not only as a trainer, but also is working with Jolene as a mortgage loan professional. Her testimonials prove it, as well as the extremely high percentage of referral business she gets. So let's welcome Jolene as she wows us with her amazing real estate agent needed knowledge of list reports.
Hello, thank you, Cindy. That was very nice. That was a new introduction there. But thank you all. So what we're this class, it's not going to be too long. We're keeping it to an hour. So it's just what this system is. It's called List Reports. I started using this probably about a year and a half ago or so. And so what it is it's a system that I have signed up, that I pay a monthly, subscription for, that I then am able to share and offer to agents for them to be able to use. And it's a marketing tool that you can use for free, that you do. It is co-marketed with me, and that's how I'm able to offer it, by having my information on there. But there's a lot of valuable information, I think, that can be used on social media with listing appointments, all kinds of different ways of using it. So I'm going to go through a presentation that List Reports actually has put together themselves. So I'm going to share some of that. Amy, who's on my team, is on the call as well, Amy McCarthy. So Amy is my assistant, and she joined the team in March, I think, or April. She was an agent previously for several years. And so she has the knowledge of kind of seeing this from your all point of view more than I could. So I'm going to have her kind of pipe in and give some information as well of what she's done some research on and how we think it can be beneficial to you. Then I also have two agents that I work with who have been using the system some. So I'm going to have them pop on as well, Tanya Blosser and Maddie Bradbury, so that they can share information with you on how they've used the system as well. So I'm trying to make this as informational as possible and as helpful as possible so that you guys can take advantage of this system and use it to its full potential. All right, so I'm going to first kind of go into, showing you what it does. So the first thing is a daily email that you send, that it sends to you every day. So I'm going to share my share with you. Hold on a second. An email. Okay, I'm going to have to take this off for a second and share the email. Why is my email not coming up? Okay, there we go. So this is the daily report. So when you sign up for the system, Amy signed up because, like I said, she's an agent in her past. So she has signed up as herself. So it sends you information about what's coming up, like what's information that's going to be happening today. They share a shareable, and this is something that you can then take and put into your social media. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Then you also can put in there what market you're focused on, and then it sends you information about that market, how many new listings, all that kind of stuff, those different pieces of information. And then it obviously has my information on there as well. So that's one piece of the what it provides, is that daily email that can give you some valuable information, and it can, and like those notables can be things that, like Cindy said, I teach a lot of classes on business development, and it's all about getting the information out to your clients and to your sphere. So those are some pieces of information that you could then take and share, do a video on it, do a, story on Instagram or Facebook, about something that you read of that's coming up or that you've seen. And then, like I said, the shareables, the social media content, is something else that you can use then and take very easily. Because, one of the things that agents say to me a lot is, I don't know what to put on social media. And believe me, I have the same challenge. So I actually have a social media coach that our team works with that helps us with content. But for those who don't want to, or can't make that investment, here's some things that it can give you. So let me check. Is Maddie, are you on the call yet? Let me see. Trying to see. I don't see her on here. Amy, if you can keep your eye on, see if Maddie pops on. I'm going to come back to that because I know that's what she uses quite a bit, is the social media, and uses that as the shareables as well. And then, all right, so lead generation and nurturing. There's some list packs, which we'll get into a little bit as well. And then property search. This is, something I think that you're not going to really probably come to this a lot for, because you have the MLS, obviously. But this is all about trying to make your day more simplified and easier to find information in a one location. So that's why if you came to this and got information from, the daily email, a shareable for social media, that type of thing, it can kind of give you some information there. And then also, gives you the ability to, it has, and a lot of different people have this now, but you have the ability to do a single property website so that you can market. I'm going to share my screen with you another way here. There's a single property website that allows you to share on social media and send out. So you can, this is when you log into the system, this is what you'll see. It's a marketing kit, right? And when this is another agent that we've paired with. So then you can see there's a property website, there's an open house flyer, there's promotional flyers. So if you click on this, it will give you it pulls it from the MLS. So it pulls the pictures, all the information that you put in there, talks about the home, the photo gallery. So it goes through all the pictures, that have been uploaded into the MLS. You can also explore the area. So it gives you information about the schools in your area, what's around there, like great outdoor activities, what the neighborhood, how it's ranked, like, what price type of restaurants there are. So it gives you all kinds of information about the community that the home is listed in. And then you can have a payment calculator for them to be able to calculate the mortgage payment, obviously, that you want to refer them to the lender for that. Also give them information about you, and then meet the loan officer, because as we mentioned, that it has my information on there as well. And that's how I'm able to offer it to you guys, for you to be able to use it without costing. There's, infographics, which is what we just talked about. And these are about, how far is an ATM, a coffee, the pharmacy, the gym, all that stuff. And then you can do an open house flyer, sign-in sheet. So if you want to use that, I know there's a lot of different systems out there for that. But if you want to send a postcard and you don't want to have to try and create your own postcard, this postcard is in here. You can download it and be able to print it yourself. So lots of different, opportunities there. And then there's just sold, when you want to be able to go back and do a sold. You can also use this as a pre-listing presentation. So when you're going on a listing presentation and you want to be able to use this to share some information. So obviously this is a sample because you wouldn't have pictures of the home, when you went to the listing presentation. But again, it gives you some information. You can show your potential seller, how you're going to market their property and what, some of the things that you can share with potential buyers, around the area. So I know Tanya's on here. Tanya, do you hear me?
I'm here.
Hello.
Hi.
So Tanya, share a little bit about like how you've used it. Because I know some of what you've used is some of that neighborhood information, right?
I have, and I'm sorry, I'm driving too, or I would be on camera. So my apologies for not being on camera. So I love the reports that you were just talking about for two different reasons. I love the walkability and the information that is more lifestyle orientated, like, surrounding a listing, where's the parks, where's the schools. It does bring school data into it too. But I love all of that kind of rich content for my listing materials that I leave in a home. Even though we're in a market where, it's certainly turned a little bit of a corner, but we're still in a market where we have a lot of people that come from out of town. And we have a lot of people that are moving even, from county to county or something like that. And providing that kind of information, I feel like is doing my seller clients a great service. So I use those reports in my listing materials as I leave in the house. I also like them for open houses too. You're always meeting, potential leads in an open house. So I think that just adds a little bit more of a value package when someone's working with me. And then on the buyer side, I use many of those same reports in my buyer packages. If it's a buyer that I've just met for the first time, as one of my buyer presentation packages, or again, if it's someone that's coming from out of town, I can just give them a lot of good, rich data and content so that they just understand some of the lifestyle aspects of living in some of the communities and neighborhoods around here. So that's probably the primary two ways that I use some of the reports and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions so far? Like Cindy said, mentioned earlier, you guys can put in the chat, but definitely unmute yourselves as well. So if you have a question for Tanya, or if you have a question for myself so far, this would be a great time to ask any questions that you might have.
Hey, Jolene.
Yep.
Hey, it's Tanya again. I was just going to add one quick thing.
Sure.
I love the shareables too. I'm always looking for content for social media or just ideas for, I don't know, my newsletter or a video that, even though I need to get better about doing more videos, I love those little nuggets because they're really good topics for that you can use throughout lots of things that you're creating for yourself.
Awesome. Okay, good. Thank you. Has anyone used it? Aware of this system? Have they used it before? I'm just curious if you guys have seen it.
I've seen it, information like emails come through and things that said list reports. I never took the time to really find out anything about it. That's why I like these classes.
Good.
So it's good to find out all this information now.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Amy, did you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in. When I first joined the team and saw, I had never heard of list reports before. And I've been over the course of about 7-8 years, I had been with a couple of different brokerages. And so there's a time factor that list report saves you, but also obviously a money factor. And I was just thinking, on a time factor, like I could spend a couple of days trying to design the perfect postcard, or trying to mess with Word docs for an open house sheet, and this stuff it's when in fact as an agent you need to be lead generating, you need to be you need as much time to be available to your clients as possible. And I personally spent more time on this kind of stuff than probably needed. And then just the expense of it, being an agent, everything comes with a cost and it really adds up, and you have to choose where your money goes. So this is a resource, like this is exciting. It's beautiful, it's robust. And just like Tanya mentioned too, that daily email, it's easy. As an agent, you have so many different websites you're looking at on any given day. So you don't even have to go to the website. You can pull up that email each day and get your shareable, your notable, post it and move on to the next. So it's easy to use. And I think, and for agents, there's no cost for these resources, and you get to choose what works for you and what you want to use and leave the rest. A lot of times it's trial and error. You order something, you get it, you send it out to clients. It may or may not hit. In this case, it's really, there's no loss. So it's a win-win.
Maddie, I see you hopped on. Hello. You're muted.
There you go.
Okay, there
Hi.
you go.
So sorry I'm a little late. Last minute meeting kicked in.
No, you're good. You're good. I appreciate you hopping on. So I don't know if you just heard Tanya, but Tanya Blosser is another agent of mine that I work with who's used this. So she had shared a little bit, but I wanted to just have you pipe into a little, because I know you use the shareables a decent amount, right?
Yes.
So how have you found that helpful to you?
It's a time saver. I think in our business, it's so important. We're constantly having to stay on top of social media marketing. It's marketing, it's prospecting. And so before we can get to the transaction piece and then the closing piece, right, the administration piece. So to have something that is affordable because it's free, and you know, kind of you can tweak it and edit and make it your own through Canva, adding your logo and so forth, as long as you keep the real estate logo and stay compliant. And they have the caption. All you do is just click and save, and then you add it to your Canva content calendar, and it shoots it out for you. It's super easy. And, you know, having you as a partner, as a lender, anytime we have like listings, you know, it's so awesome that you can just, you know, you have all the material already created and prepped for you, which is super easy. You know, that's like the part that the little tedious stuff that we've got of everything as agents we have to work with, you know, to complete a transaction. If we can save time in social media marketing, why not? You know, and that's been a game changer for us.
And I love that. I didn't realize, like what you're saying too, is taking it and putting it in Canva and adding some of your personal information, but like you said, just keeping it with what the, you know, stuff you need to. That's awesome. So, you know, then it makes it even more personal to your page and all of that.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, good. All right. And have you used any of the, I was sharing just a minute ago, and again, I'm not sure if you were on at that point, but let me bring it back up. Have you done like this single property website, or have you used any of this like information, like showing about the schools and the outdoors, the parks and things like that?
Yes, we recently had a listing out in Alexandria, and, you know, sometimes the most important, you know, when you have open houses, to have this marketing material out. It did it all. All you had to do was type in the address, and it personalized it for us. And it had your information as a lender too. So super easy, print it out, and it's so presentable. It's a little extra that makes you stand out as an agent, I think.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I feel like it could be super helpful for you when you go on a listing appointment too, to see, because obviously, like, you know, Tanya mentioned, this market has been crazy, but it's not going to stay like this forever. You know, there's going to be times in the market where it becomes either more of a buyer's market or more of an equal market, which I think we've seen a little bit of leveling of that in some ways, in some places, in some properties. So you also are going to have to show your seller how you separate yourself from another agent who they might be meeting with, you know, for a listing appointment. And I think having these materials can help you show them, here's some things that you're going to be able to put out there that others might not be doing.
Absolutely. It personalizes it too. It just sets you apart from, you know, you got to go back to, I think, like when you're meeting with a client, whether it's a buyer or a seller, or a homeowner wanting to sell their home, you know, they want someone that is willing to take that extra step and see how knowledgeable you are of their community. Right. And if you can do it in a click, it just helps your business.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. That's a pretty good, that was a good statement right there. If you can do it in a click.
Exactly.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you hopping on and helping me. Because I wanted you, you know, the other agents that are on here, I wanted you to hear it from others that have been using it besides just me, because obviously I'm not using it in the same manner, you know, and so I wanted others to be able to kind of share with you what they've seen, what they've experienced. And, you know that the reason why I do this is all to help everyone. You know, it's like yes, my name has to go on it. And believe me, I asked Amy, I'm like, does my information have to be on there? Because I was like, I don't want to make you guys have to use my information, but unfortunately, compliance wise, it has to, and because I'm paying for it. Because I would be totally fine if it didn't go on there, but unfortunately it does have to. But that's the reason why we do a lot of these different systems, is I always just want to help all of you be as successful and as powerful and as knowledgeable as possible. So anything I can do to help you is why I got this system 1.5 years ago, because I heard about it and I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. So why we did this class too is because I'm seeing people not using it to its full potential, and I want people to be able to take advantage of it. So that is why we did this class and why we did some more research on it. I had Maddie and Tanya come on so they could share with you how they're using it, so more people can take advantage of this system. Because like they all mentioned, I think it provides, you know, I think it makes you look good. It gives you a lot, you know, it's very easy to use and a lot of good information that you can, like Maddie just said, get by a click. So I think that's the statement right there. Amy, did you want to add something? No? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So let's talk about a little bit more. Anyone? So let me see. I saw that Sandra made a comment saying that she had used this system years ago, but at the time it didn't have the shareable feature. So that must be new. So she liked that. And she likes that you can customize reports to match your brand brokerage colors too. So all very good information. So thank you, Sandra. Okay, so let's go back to my presentation. Now I got to find it. Okay. So the other thing that you can do is just kind of it's at the very beginning. I'm just going to go back here. It says here is lead nurturing and generation. So what that's about is when you put out materials, there's a code, and Amy, I think you might have better information on this for me, or you might be able to explain it better, but there's a code that is given to all the information that you share in marketing. And then they have you have the ability, the client has the ability to text you that number or at that code, I think it is. And then you can get their information. And so it's a way for them to easily connect with you. So if you're using it like at an open house, things like that, or if you put it on social media, it's a very easy way of people being able to get back to you relative to the materials that you put out. Does that sound right, Amy?
That's on point. You're
Okay.
assigned a custom code, and just like on the little picture in the back of that marketing kit, it says text dream home to such and such code, and then you're able to gather their information. I am curious, Maddie or Tanya, have you used that? Have you had a chance to? You have.
So we did actually, and it was pretty fun. So one of the biggest things that we hear as realtors to get the most views on your page is the videos, right? Videos are really, really important. And I actually, once you register through this and you start editing your Facebook pages, your business page, and on Instagram too, if I'm not mistaken, you just pick the pictures of your listing and it creates the video for you. And then it shares it for you too. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And here's the code that we're talking about, the text. So if they text this to this number, then you're going to get their information so that you can connect with them that way. So that's something like, I think, Maddie, like you're saying too, would be a great video to do or something to share in your stories, like text me here about this property and I can give you more details. So it'd be a way for you guys to try to lead generate in a different way by using that code. And again, it's not something you're having to go out and figure out how to do it. Like how do you create this code? How do you, all this kind of stuff? What number do they text it to? This is all done for you, when you create these materials. So that's another way of trying to create some lead opportunities. And Maddie, it's funny you're saying that about videos because something Amy was just sharing with me. So we've been trying to do reels more on Instagram.
I saw, it looks good. I saw your one from today.
Yeah, so we did one last week on this class for list reports. It got 27,000 views.
Yeah, I believe
and
it.
I was like, I don't even know how that happened. So, so yes, reels are, and then I think today the one we did is like 9,000 views. So
or just now though, what I mean? Like by the end of the day, you're probably going to catch up to it, if not past.
Yeah. So reels are the way to go, everyone. And use some of these. You could use some of this materials to create one. So this is all good information to be able to help you, make that happen for you. All right. Okay, so that's about the lead generation and nurturing. Digital conferencing, that's something where you can kind of use this like Zoom. Like if you don't have a Zoom account and you want to try and do a conference with people, I think you can kind of create something like that. They're also working on something that we had reached out to them about is a virtual open house so that you'll be able to do an open house virtually. As we all know, things are unfortunately starting to go the direction we don't want it to with the new variants and stuff. So if we see anything like that, and when that opens up, that's something they have in the works. So once it becomes available, we'll send out something saying, check this out, it's now available. But that's something that they're working on, relative to that digital conferencing. And then like we talked about, the marketing kits goes back to, what I was showing you here. is all the different marketing pieces that you have. And I think a lot of it is like using it while it's, you know, on the market. But I think one of the things, and something that we may, you know, agents might miss out on, is the just sold part. You know, is really making sure everyone knows that you had this listing, but now it's sold, you know, and once it has sold, you can even then, you know, highlight what it's sold for. But again, using some of these materials, because there's a just sold flyer in here. If you guys wanted to do some door knocking, you know, in the neighborhood that you just sold it, and you want to create, you want to have a flyer and something to drop off, you know, that would be a great way to create some opportunities as well. Or if you, you know, there's a just sold postcard as well. So lots of different opportunities for marketing after the fact too, after you've already sold the home, to be able to use this system as well. So be sure to, you know, to remember that also. And then a coming soon flyer, you know, so lots of different opportunities. Okay, and then there are also partner deals. Amy, you want to chat about that?
Absolutely. So really cool. So to access the partner deals, you do want to log into the website. And on the left-hand side, there's all of your, you know, there's list packs, list reports live, and then you see partner deals for you as agents. And they include things such as, you know, I'm sure many of you are using the Matterport 3D photos tours, and you'll get like 5 free drone photos with that. There's also $7 listing videos through instant videos. There's virtual staging and furniture replacement discounts. There's also, you get 20% off at FedEx. If you haven't, I think it says if you've got an order over $100, I think it's 10% below that. But you know, not only is list reports, you know, at no cost to you, but they're really in your corner. They're giving you discounts on things that you're going to need out in the field for your listings or your buyers. So it's pretty cool.
So basically, when they log in, they can go into what's that under?
It's under, so on the left-hand side of the page, they've got all of their tabs, and it's got home, marketing kits, your leads, the shareables. And when you go into the shareables, it's so robust. There's so many different options. It's exciting. But in that list, you'll also see where it says partner deals. And I'm sure these change from time to time, but right now this is and I'm sure as time goes on, they'll build that out a little bit more even, but right now that's what's available. The drone photos, the listing videos, FedEx. You know, I've been that agent at FedEx printing off the listing flyers, trying to get them in the house when the house goes live, you know, and there's usually other agents there doing the same thing. So every little discount helps. And so it's really a nice feature.
Awesome. Anyone have any questions at this point or anything they want to share? Let me know too if this is helping. Like, does this feel like it's going to allow you to go on this system and use it and take advantage of it and make it a little bit more user friendly, and understand what the capabilities are?
Yes, absolutely.
Katie, I appreciate you for speaking up. Thank you. It's hard when you're teaching a class and no one talks.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to hear it's helping one. All right. So let's see what else. We're talked about this is the text to capture lead. So this is, where you're texting, this information that's on the materials, you text it here, and then you'll be able to get the information, to capture their information. So honestly, that it wasn't even a full hour. So, I mean, that's really all we have. I just wanted to, again, come on and just help you guys understand the potential and what the opportunities are for this system. If we don't, what we do normally is we send out an email inviting everyone to pair with us on list reports so that you then have availability. So Amy will follow up with anyone that's attended today. We'll send you guys an email to pair with us. So all you have to do is accept that pairing, and then you'll be able to create your login and all of that and have access to the system and all the materials that, we just showed you. If you guys have any questions, like I said, Amy and I did some research on this so that we could try to be a little bit more knowledgeable before hopping on here to try and teach you guys something. So if you have questions, try to reach out to us. We'll help you. And if we can't, List Reports supports is awesome. So if you guys ever have any questions, every time we message them with any questions, they have come right back to us with all the answers. So I would say definitely reach out to them if you have questions too, so that you can utilize it, to its full potential. Anyone else have anything to say, anything they want to add to it? Go ahead, Amy.
Well, I just wanted to add on, if you want to take some time, schedule some time with us, call us. We can walk through, as much as we can with you to just kind of work through the initial process with you, setting up your account, whatever it may be. Any questions you have, we really want you to be, to utilize these resources because they're pretty great.
Awesome. All right, Maddie, thank you for hopping on again.
Yeah, thank you. No, thanks so much. I have to say something really quick, like a quick testimonial.
Okay.
Thanks to Cindy Bishop, because I started this business right in 2020, in the beginning of the, pre-pandemic, right? It's in January 2020. And getting orientation, whether you're new in the business or whether you have tenure here, the market is always changing. And so we're always being approached with new programs, new things coming up to stay relevant with the changes. And so thank you to Cindy Bishop for doing what she does, because I've learned so much. And that's how you and I have partnered up. And your marketing is phenomenal in what you do. So thank you so much, because I actually did not know about List Reports until you taught it in one of your classes. So, and it's been really helpful because it's cost efficient, and also it's click efficiency. It's key.
Awesome.
So
thank you very much. Well, I'm glad we were able to connect too. So thank you. And thank you, Cindy. Tanya, thank you so much too, again, for hopping on. I know you just left a seminar yourself, so I appreciate you hopping on and sharing your information too.
Oh, no, thanks for having me. And I just have to give a testimonial for you, Miss Jolene, because you and I worked together for the past couple of years, and we've had some challenging transactions, one that we're still working ourselves through right now. And you are just a awesome partner. So thank you for everything that you do to support us as agents, and supporting me in particularly. So
thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, everybody.
If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're happy to help you walk through it. And hopefully you guys will take advantage of it and use this for all your marketing needs.
All right.
Thanks, Jolene. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
take
Have a
care.
good day.
Bye, Cindy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.